Hey everyone, Beauty by Leon here for another Makeup Monday to make up for it being Monday. Yes, it has been forever, but I am back. I'm so excited to find my routine again. Filming is a little newer to me. So here we are, and to kick things off, I suppose, to get back into the groove, I am going to talk about why I dumped TooFaced. So to preface, I think they're a good brand. I still have products by them that I love. They have great mascaras. I love the Peach palette, who doesn't? Cocoa foundation's amazing. It smells like chocolate and it goes on my skin really well. They're cruelty-free, vegan, so there are plenty of things that are right about TooFaced, so I don't want to sit here and make this like a ranty bashing video. I am just going to convey why I have decided to look at other brands who are doing awesome things too instead, if that makes sense. For one reason, they get into a lot of problems with YouTubers. One that I'm thinking of is NikkiTutorials. She, a couple years ago, had a really awesome palette, but it just sounds like TooFaced violated that contract a lot. It just really, some shady things happened there. There's a lot of moving pieces to that, so I would recommend looking it up if you're not familiar with it, because I don't even know that I would say it correctly and I don't want to say it incorrectly. So it just sounds like she made a product she was excited about, and in production it just wasn't made the same. Like, comments on those videos, even from other people who posted about it, are disabled. So it just sounds like there were a lot of things that went wrong with that, and there was just some personal things against Jared, one of the founders, and people aren't a fan of him in general, which kind of brings me to my next point, that I have applied to multiple jobs there before, and they are things that I am perfect for. It's like the job description is describing me, and that's not to say that I am perfect and good at everything. I'm not. I'm good at about 3 things, and they happened to be asking for those 3 things, so I was very excited. So I applied before I graduated college, and then I applied right after I graduated college, so they were about a year apart. And so the second application, I revamped my resume, everything looked really good, and I literally hit all the qualifications. They wanted a bachelor's degree, they wanted someone who's into makeup, they wanted someone familiar with Photoshop and social media, which is all I do. So I was really looking forward to at least an interview. It was really interesting. I remember it was a Thursday at 8 p.m. I finally hit submit on my application, and I refreshed the page immediately after, and it already said reviewed and denied, which I thought was weird. I thought maybe it was a typo because it was Thursday at 8 p.m. Who is in there looking? Like, it was really weird. So I thought, okay, a glitch, whatever. Maybe I'll hear from them. So I waited to hear back. I waited for an email. I looked for a phone number. I looked for a marketing department, or maybe someone like a recruiter or something. And the only number I could find was the one that you see when you like look up their headquarters in Irvine, California. So I called them, and they transferred me to someone who transferred me to someone who transferred me to someone, you know, over and over again. I finally got to the marketing department, whose inbox was full. And then I was transferred to a receptionist who told me, oh, here, well, the only option left is for you to leave a message with HR, but she's out of town, so just leave a message. So then she transferred me to her. I left a message and never heard back. And eventually I got an email that said, thanks, but no thanks. So that just seemed kind of unorganized and unprofessional to me. I don't know, that was just kind of like sketch. I thought maybe they had already found someone, which is totally fine and logical, but I went on later and like the job listing was still there. So I don't know what happened. Maybe that's just not fair. Maybe mine got lost in the shuffle, or just wasn't the right fit for whatever reasons they had that I didn't know. You know, there's reasons for that, but on my end, I did kind of feel a little bad. And so that just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And then I would get emails from them, and I could tell it was like whoever was designing them, like that was the job I wanted. So it kind of made me a little bitter, I think, because emails would come in, there'd be designs and it'd be little taglines and stuff, and I'm like, this is what I do, and I can't be a part of it. So again, that's just personal. Maybe I'm a little butthurt. You know, I'm over it now. This was a year ago, so it's fine. But I didn't like that. But it was interesting because I told people about how I had applied and was a little disappointed, and I had multiple people who told me, I have heard people hate working there. I've heard that the CEOs are corrupt, that they're not very good to employees, and there's just a lot of drama and a lot of politics, which obviously this is coming like second, third, and fourth hand, so none of us really know. But that really makes me curious if 2 random people that I happen to know who don't know each other can both say like, I've heard you dodged a bullet. That made me feel better. And also just seeing what like YouTubers and people who are, you know, more celebrities come out and say about it make me think, okay, maybe I don't want to work there. So I just think there's some interesting things there. People call them two-faced indeed. But really what has done it for me is that they named their products after such like sexual derogatory things. free country. I would like to think I have a sense of humor and I'm pretty laid back, but like, it's just too much. There's the Better Than Sex mascara, like, okay, fine, right? Like, that's fine. But then there's something called the Glow Job. There's so many other ways to be clever, but I kind of think like, okay, you can do better than making a sexual joke. Again, people have been making that joke for a million years. I don't know. That drives me nuts. I think it's like, it shows a little lack of creativity, which they normally really are. That's another thing that they really have locked down. They have great PR. They have, you know, great branding, like the peach palette, everything smells good. Like, I love the chocolate bar palette. Those are really good too. So it's just really disappointing how they can really hit the mark and then really not at the same time. And then there's other products that I don't even want to say out loud, but this one I'll show here. This one really did it for me. That's when I thought to myself, okay, I think I'm done here. Really not a fan. This was from their recent collab they did with a reality star. And apparently, you know, people in the comments were saying like, oh, it's from the show, it's from something. And I tried to look it up and it didn't make it any better. It was just in the show they said it, you know? So, okay. I don't know. I just really think like, know your audience, and maybe they do and I'm just not a part of it anymore, and maybe that's the problem. Obviously they have people who are branding who are seeking out who their target market is, and I guess maybe they just figured out that that's who they're targeting, and that's just not me, so why would I want to buy it anymore? I also just think that there's like really young people out there who are fans of TooFaced who, I don't know, where are their parents? I don't know. And I know people might be like, oh, you're just being like soft, like, you know, real world, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I know, I don't prefer that. I don't need that in my inventory. So yeah, those are just kind of the reasons that I've decided that while TooFaced can be a really good brand, there's also other really good brands that I think are going to receive my attention from now on. And like I mentioned in my post when I mentioned that I was breaking up with TooFaced, I'm gonna keep using up what I already have. So, you know, don't at me if you see me using my chocolate bar palette, my peach palette, my mascaras. I have some eyeliners, like today I used like the marker, the felt pen blue eyeliner. I love that. It goes on great, stays all day, waterproof, you know, all that stuff. So I'll totally keep using stuff. It's really awesome. I'm just not going to seek it out anymore. That's just me. Obviously, form your own opinion. I'm inviting you to do that. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you that it's a terrible brand and they should be ashamed. I'm just saying that it's just not my cup of tea anymore. So I guess that's it. That went pretty quick. So thank you so much for watching, and I am hoping to, like I said, get back in the groove. I'm gonna hopefully start posting every Monday, maybe every other Monday. I'm actually filming like 2 more videos today. So hoping to just bust all that out. Yeah, thanks again. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.